Hey sis, can we talk about waiting on God for your husband? Because, waiting is hard sometimes, especially when it feels like everybody around you is in love. You open social media, engagement pictures. You go outside, couples holding hands. You watch one cute Christian couple video and suddenly you're staring at the ceiling, wondering, Lord, when is it my turn? And listen, sis, it's not even jealousy most of the time. You're happy for people, you genuinely are, but deep down, you desire companionship too. Someone to pray with, someone to build with, someone who feels like home. Because as much as we love our family and friends, there's a different kind of closeness that comes with a husband. That feeling of, this is my person. That title of husband, nobody else shares it. And the title of wife to him, nobody else shares that either. It's intimate, it's sacred, it's special. So if you've been longing for that kind of love, please don't feel ashamed about it. God understands desire. But sis, the waiting season can feel so uncomfortable sometimes. And honestly, the hardest part isn't even finding a man, because let's be real, men will approach women, sometimes too confidently too. Like, sir, the audacity is actually impressive. But the real challenge? Finding a genuine man of God. A man who truly understands leadership, love, commitment, patience, and responsibility. A man who doesn't just say he loves God, but actually lives like it. Because in this generation, people can know church language without having godly character. And sis, you deserve more than somebody who only looks spiritual online. You deserve someone whose heart genuinely reflects Christ. Ephesians 5:25 says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." That is a serious kind of love, patient love, sacrificial love, protective love, not inconsistent love, not confusing love, not I'll text you back in 3 business days love. And I think one of the hardest parts of waiting is watching time pass, especially when you imagined your life looking different by now. Maybe you thought you'd already be married. Maybe you thought you'd already meet the one. Maybe you thought by this age, things would make more sense. But sis, God's timing is not punishment. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean God forgot about you. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time, in His time." Not social media's time, not society's timeline, not pressure's timeline, His time. And I know sometimes waiting can make you question yourself. You start wondering, am I not pretty enough? Am I too much? What's wrong with me? Why does love seem easy for everybody else? Sis, please do not let delay make you doubt your worth. Your value was never based on your relationship status. You are still worthy, still chosen, still loved, and still beautiful, with or without a ring on your finger. Psalm 139:14 says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Wonderfully made, sis. And while we're here, can we also talk about loneliness for a second? Because some nights do feel lonely, especially when you crave emotional intimacy, someone to check on you, someone to hold you, someone to experience life with. And honestly, that feeling is valid. But I also think sometimes God uses singleness to teach us things we could never learn through relationships alone. Sometimes He teaches us how to hear Him clearly, how to heal, how to develop standards, how to stop settling, how to become whole emotionally. Because sis, a relationship will not magically fix inner brokenness. And one thing I've learned is this: desperation can make red flags look pink. Whew. And loneliness can sometimes trick us into entertaining people we know are not right for us. That potential starts looking real attractive when you're tired of waiting. But please don't rush into heartbreak because you're afraid of being alone. A delayed blessing is still better than a destructive relationship. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." even when you don't understand why the waiting feels so long. And sis, while you're waiting, don't put your whole life on pause. Still grow, still laugh, still pursue your goals, still deepen your relationship with God, still become the woman you're praying to be. Because sometimes we focus so much on finding a husband that we forget to prepare for marriage ourselves. Marriage is beautiful, but it also requires patience, communication, maturity, forgiveness, and emotional stability. So this season is not wasted. God may be preparing both of you separately before bringing you together. And honestly, that thought comforts me sometimes, because imagine meeting your husband before either of you were emotionally ready. Girl, that would be stress. Sometimes God protects us through timing. And I know social media can make waiting feel worse too. Everybody looks happily in love online. But remember, people post highlights, not always reality. Some people are in relationships praying for the peace you currently have. So don't idolize relationships so much that you forget the beauty of where God currently has you. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Seek God first. Not because wanting love is wrong, but because when God stays first, he helps protect your heart from unhealthy attachments. And sis, please never lower your standards just because you're tired of waiting. Never beg for bare minimum affection. Never chase somebody who keeps confusing you. Never force connections God is trying to remove. Real love should bring peace, not constant anxiety. And one day, when God does bring the right person into your life, you'll realize why certain people never worked out. You'll realize why God said no, why he made you wait, why he protected your heart. And until then, pray for your future husband. Pray for his mind, his faith, his healing, his purpose, his protection. Even before you know his name, God does. And sis, your love story is still being written. So don't lose hope during the waiting season. God is still working behind the scenes, even when you cannot see it yet. I love you, sis, and I'll see you in the next video.